Okay, Helen Höhner, Germany. Okay, let's start. Is it easier or harder to play a real life person?
It's funny, the sort of impact of a character, whether they're written in a script, on an original idea, or if it's based on somebody who historically lived a version of a story that you find needs to be translated, it's always the same. I guess the difference primarily would be if that person was alive and could actually talk to you, which unfortunately we didn't have the chance to with Jean. But she was so well drawn and so wholly put together in the screenplay that I felt the same feeling as I feel with the character that was originally written. But you should never do anything unless you have that particular adherence to who that person seems to be within the movie that you're making.
When would you say did you find your voice and fought for the things you believe in?
I think finding your voice is something that takes time. And, you know, there are always things that you want to say. Getting older makes it a lot easier to articulate those things. And I think that that's something that really is just sort of gained with age. And in terms of finding my voice, I just got smarter as I got older. Like, it was just sort of easier for me to understand other people and what they wanted from me. And I was able to become more present and able to also engage in a way that I could get more back. And I think that's naturally something that you get as you get older.
Have you witnessed any racism in your life, and how did you deal with that?
Oh my God, I live in Los Angeles, California. I was born in 1990. I've witnessed a lot of racism in my life. My whole country is really very much based on it. The fact that we proclaim this kind of equality and this sort of inadvertent allowance without actually acknowledging every single person that makes our country a country is ridiculous, and definitely why we're in a strange spot right now. I don't think it's changed remotely from the time that she was an activist in 1968, which is why I'm very happy to tell her story now. I think that she was defamed and segregated without any comparison of actual plight. I think that she was, you know, forced out of a country that didn't want to hear the truth, and we live in that same country.
What would you do if you found out someone spied on you?
What would I do? It depends on who was doing it. I think Jean was so helpless to who was spying on her. I think if the U.S. government is the one that's doing it, you should probably move to France and never come back. But in my case, I think in a literal sense,
People spy on you all the time, no?
yeah, I mean, in a superficial way, in a way that seems like it doesn't matter. I'm not doing anything wrong, luckily. So, like, please, like, have at it. Take a look at me. But I think if something that I believed in, or if a political notion of mine went against the sort of interest of the country at large, which is not at large, which is really only the interest of a few, I could see myself in a situation that wouldn't be too far off of this. In a hypothetical, albeit non-existent situation, I can imagine it. So that in itself is a little bit scary, and I don't know what I would do. And that's the reason I want to tell this story.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.